Have you ever been in a relationship that is just predictable, stable? You love on your partner loves on you, everything is just okay. And then all of a sudden your partner just ends the relationship with no issues. Well, that's kind of why we're here. I'm Mark, and this is Africa's Youth. Yep, this 4th generation Mitsubishi Pajero gives me a mixture of feelings. It's such a beautiful car. It's an SUV, of course, and it's got all the corners that would make somebody feel special while driving it. It is such a powerful car. And the one we've got here is a Labrador black, and it's something that you consider when you want to buy maybe a Toyota Prado. A lot of people choose between the Prado or the Pajero. It's got its name from that pampas cut, and it kind of looks like the older version, the second generation and the third, but definitely if you see the resemblance, comment below. I see it. However, this one it got more slimmer lines and more aerodynamic, and it's really nice. What we have here is a direct import from Japan, and in Japan the Pajero was released in 3 variants: the long GR model or the version, the Exceed, and the Super Exceed version. And what we've got here is the Exceed, which I'll be telling you the different quirks and features that it's got. The Exceed, Super Exceed, and the long GR all are classified both for the petrol and the diesel engines. Both of them have the same stuff. So the Exceed of the diesel will have the same things as the Exceed of the petrol, and the rest, that is the long GR and the Super Exceed. The Super Exceed is one that will come with leather seats, and they're really comfy, but I mean that's an extra which probably you can forego if you don't really want. So let's go and look at the things I really like about it. One of the first things you'll discover when you sit in this car is just how high the sitting position is. You literally feel like you own the road, and it would be so advantageous when you get onto those off-road kind of situations, or slippery surfaces, or mountainous roads, wherever you take this car with your whatever preference you have. When you drive this car, you just feel the confidence that it comes with. And whatever your size, this car is just adjustable enough for you. Let me show you. So you can, if you're really tall, you can actually literally lower your seat a little bit so you have enough. But you can see that even me, who is almost 6 feet, I really have no issues sitting this high. And yeah, of course I can change my sitting position forward or backwards. I usually like to take mine all the way back because of the length of my legs. And some of these are obvious things that you can adjust. If you're tall, you take it up. If you're shorter, you just take it slightly lower. I love this color. I love this beige because it gives the car this light kind of feeling, like there's so much light coming in. And one of the things that I really love about this car is the huge windows. If you fail to park this car, I have a problem with you. Yep, I'll definitely give you a parking lesson myself. Hit me up in the comments below. Let's look at other pretty cool things that we really love about this Pajero, like rain sensing wipers. Ooh. It also got headlight washers and indicators on the side mirrors that are really evident. If you ever bought this car for your company, it will actually really satisfy you, because The sitting position for the rear is even higher. Actually, you'll find that if you sit, you're about my height, you'll sit slightly higher than the driver. How cool is that? Like, you can literally see if he's hitting all the potholes that you warned him about hitting. Here in the center console, we've also got a really nice cup holder that opens up really nicely, and it's also deep, so if I've got a bottle like this one, it won't pour your drink. Another feature I really like about this car, you know how uncomfortable you will have seat belts that are always like at your back and pressing onto your back? Mitsubishi thought about it, and they actually gave the middle passenger his own seatbelt, which also goes like that. That's really cool. I think that was really well thought out. These seats don't move front and back, however you can slightly adjust it and relax. Of course, this car is a 7-seater or more for our country, because I mean, if you're probably my size, you could have 1, 2, 3, 4 comfortable. Kidding, you always have to have a seat belt for every passenger. Well, let's look at the back, and we realize that we've only got 2 seat belts, so you could sit 2 adults, and it's pretty comfortable. I love the AC as well at the back. Actually, quite a long process to get back here, because you have to fold this seat and then lift this, and then you have your seat back here. I actually have quite good amount of space here, so for long journeys I could actually be fine here. When those boot seats are tucked away, the boot is actually humongous. You could literally pack the back seat with probably almost 1,000 boxes of cornflakes that you could easily donate to all your neighbors, your family, and all your haters, if they exist anyway. And it's really a utilitarian vehicle. It's got so much space. It's got, if you sit at the back, you'll find that you've got the ability to charge your electronic devices. But this, like I said earlier, depends on the variant that you'd buy, whether the Exceed, the Super Exceed, or the Long GR model. It's really utilitarian. You also have access to your tools when you lift the boot seats up. I love the way the boot seats actually fold and disappear under the boot floor, and it seems like it hasn't got any seats in the boot. That's really well thought out, Mitsubishi. Well done. This kind of light actually was introduced by Lexus, where the color is only realized when you hit the brake lights or turn on the indicators. I think it's really cool. This is where you fill up the wiper fluid for this wiper, which is really nice. There's also an added storage box. Some cars just have a net here, others, like now this, yeah, there's stuff you can put in there. It also got a very secure kind of method to keep that spare wheel, which is at the back, which I really like. Anyway, other things I like about this car: the rear view camera, the headrests for the boot seats that are really comfortable. They protect your head. When the boot seats are up, you may not have enough boot space, but a lot of people buy roof racks and put their luggage on top. This model also comes with heated seats and cooling seats, and I guess for our country definitely most of the time they'll be on the cooling side, because why do we need to warm up our seats? It's already warm enough in this country. This little screen right here shows you the date and the different information that you might want to know: how much fuel you've been using, your average speed, the temperature outside, the elevation. Say you're driving in mountainous areas, you want to know the pressure and things like that. Something I really love about this center console is this wood finish trim that makes it really look executive, if I may say. It's really nice, and it has also got deep cup holders. So I mean, a bottle like this wouldn't pour. See, I've been driving and it's been open and nothing has poured. That's a really exciting thing. You could also put your wallet here. There's also another storage compartment here where you can put your stuff. Maybe you have some hidden stuff you don't want to show other people. In here we've also got more storage and also another power socket where you can plug in, say, a vacuum or something. I love the way Mitsubishi kind of worked out this. It also caters for people who are actually not very tall and like to move their seats all the way to the front. So there's something you pull up here and you can actually move this here, so you can still rest your arm on it even when your seat is moved all the way forward. That's so cool. The model we have here is the automatic transmission, and of course most of the cars that come from Japan are automatic transmission, and this is a Japan import. It's also got this Mitsubishi amazing 4x4 system, which you just control like that. And if you know how to use these different features, you shouldn't even get stuck one bit. One of the cool features with this Exceed version is the fact that it has features like rear AC, so you can turn on the AC for the people who sit at the back, and they'll be comfortable all the way to those that are sitting in the real last row of seats. That's the seats in the hood. This is one heavy door, and even the way these doors close just reminds you that you're driving an SUV, and a rugged one at that. It's also got a metallic skid plate that protects it from rocks on rough roads and things like that. Anyway, let's get technical. This car comes with a 3.2 liter intercooled turbocharged diesel engine with 187 horsepower with 441 newton meters of torque. Well, all that in summary means it's powerful, it's fast, it's married to a 5-speed automatic transmission, and the gearbox for the manual transmission is also 5-speed gearbox. Unfortunately, didn't get a 6-speed manual. Sad. It's a pretty reliable engine, and it's capable of taking you for over 300,000 kilometers with no or minimal problems, as long as you do your service or maintenance in time. I really love how Mitsubishi reduced the weight of this bonnet. The previous model has a really heavy bonnet, but they made this one aluminium, and I think it was really a very good decision. I'm using my weak hand to actually lift it. One of the reasons why it's advisable to get the petrol engines is because of the traffic jams that we have in this city. So if you live, say Entebbe, and you work in Kampala, you use the express highway a lot, I would definitely recommend the diesel. This is the one I would buy anyway. However, the diesel engines love highways. The petrol engines would do better for this short kind of stop, go, stop-go kind of traffic, because for them they don't have to clean what they call the DPF. So let's start this car and hear what it sounds like. Sounds like it can go anywhere. Actually, now let's take it for a drive and see what it really feels like. I really enjoyed driving the diesel model of the Mitsubishi Pajero, because you just feel so much power in your hands, and man, once you step on that pedal, it will go and you feel it pushing you from the back. I mean, it's the rear wheels that drive the car all the time until you engage the four-wheel drive system, which of course will give you all four wheels pulling the car, but you just feel so much power when you drive the diesel. And of course, it was improved. Mitsubishi worked on the noise cancellation of this version, the 4th generation, so it has a more silent drive, even though it's a diesel engine. And it's also more comfortable than the previous generation, the 3rd generation. It has that comfortable ride because Mitsubishi did a small edit to the rear suspension especially. It's minimal, but it's evident when you drive both models and feel the difference. It's definitely an awesome experience when you drive this one, because you feel like you own the road. I mean, these cars are also driven by government officials and government offices, so you find that so many people just give you your way. People stop and you pass because they assume, I mean, it's an important person driving the car. So if you buy this car, you'll actually feel special on the road because people actually respect you. How cool is that? The other advantage of this Pajero is that you will be able to see all the potholes in the road because of the high sitting position. You can literally see everywhere, and of course, if you're an experienced driver, you will know exactly where your tires will be falling into, and you find that it's actually very easy for you to drive this car because of the large windows. Look at how the view is, even using my camera. It's actually very, 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 very clear. Main difference between this and the petrol engines is that petrol engines consume a little more fuel than the diesel, so it would definitely be quieter on the streets because the engine is not rattling away, but it would definitely be less fuel efficient than the diesel. But the diesel would give you more and more miles, and the highway is where the Pajero diesel really, really thrives and will make you so happy, because you drive miles and miles and you look at your fuel gauge and it's not really changed. It hasn't gone down that much. And being a Pajero and the type of suspension that it's got both at the front and the rear, you have a certain confidence in the ride. You have the confidence of driving even in corners. You know that the car will not lean into the corners so much. And that is the worrying thing that comes with the Prado. So the people who know that are usually the ones that you find buying the Pajero instead of the Prado. And now to the sad bit about this car. This car is one of the best SUVs you'll ever drive. It's very comfortable, it's high, it's powerful, it has a heritage, it has the reputation of the Dakar Rally, a world record that no other car has beaten yet. And yet Mitsubishi has decided to discontinue production of this car worldwide. This is so sad that I wonder what could have been decided by those accountants at Mitsubishi. and this car's time is reaching the end of the line. But it would have been exciting to see a V8, a turbocharged V10, one that has maybe air suspension, a bespoke version of the Mitsubishi Pajero. Something that would make, maybe Mitsubishi could have created a luxury line of the Mitsubishi Pajero, something. And well, whatever the case, the prices of the diesels especially is going up. Mitsubishi is now focusing on the newer Pajero Sport, and yep, it looks amazing. However, it's based on the Mitsubishi L200, so its frame is totally different from the Pajero. Mitsubishi Pajero made the last model in 2020. The Pajero got daytime running lights, it's got a few extra safety features, and that was it. And the last generation of the Pajero is the 4th generation, which is sad. So the question you want answered is, should you buy the Mitsubishi Pajero or the Toyota Land Cruiser Prado? Well, let's look at this. The Mitsubishi Pajero is cheaper. It's cheaper to buy and cheaper to tax here in Uganda. And it's more stable on the road, whether you believe it or not. You are more likely, if you are the person that loves speed, to be safer in the Pajero, unlike the Prado, because the Prado tends to lean more in corners, unlike the Pajero. If you're the person that is more inclined to resale value, then yeah, you go for the Toyota Land Cruiser Prado. If you're looking at more driving satisfaction, beauty, a proper off-roading system, then you go for the Pajero. Well, the Prado is also amazing off-road, but the Pajero has a similar off-road system, but slightly better from experience. Now that we have that out of the way, the next question you're gonna ask me is, should I buy petrol or the diesel? If you do a lot of highway miles, you do a lot of upcountry traveling, get the diesel. Or if you have a company or an NGO or an organization that needs to do a lot of trips, then you get the diesel version. If you're the kind of person that does a lot of town service, just drive to the office and get back home and via the gym or the pub or places like those, well, get the petrol, because it will be easier for you to maintain. Diesel engines usually love highways, so they can't breathe and pump out all that black soot and all that stuff out of the exhaust pipe. However, the petrol engines don't need that. They can run anywhere. The petrol engines are also quieter, and say in traffic, or if you really like to have a quiet ride even when there's no music on, you get the petrol engine. Both the petrol engines and the diesel engines are very reliable. All you need to do is have a good mechanic to have a look at them. Gladly, we have Mitsubishi mechanics in Uganda, in Kampala, and make sure you're always in time to service them. The petrol engines have the 3-liter and the 3.8 liter. Now that is if you're buying it from Japan. Did we miss anything? Type it out in the comments below, and we'll definitely appreciate your feedback. Thanks again for watching, and catch you guys in the next one. Like, subscribe to our channel, and share this information with somebody who might need it. And it's always nice to see you comment below. Thank you for watching.